Hi, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another weekly ramble. I'm your host, ScubaSteveYT, and let's jump into it because really this is going to be a bit of a short one, but it might actually not be short depending on how much detail I'm able to go into it. This is just going to be about one topic in particular, and it's going to be the topic of Philip DeFranco potentially leaving YouTube. He's been on the platform for well over a decade. He has seen YouTube grow, mature, and evolve into what it is today. And he has recently put up a video, just a few days ago, in fact, that describes how YouTube has evolved to the point where the Philip DeFranco show can no longer be sustained by YouTube. How it's not necessarily at that point yet, but it is nearing that point where YouTube cannot sustain the show, where YouTube is not driving the revenue it should. He needs the revenue to continue the show, and YouTube is, because of the change in rules and regulations, the involvement of the demonetization bot and a new bot called that I'm putting out there and calling the Suppression Bot going rampant. I'll explain in a moment the difference between the two. Because of the rules, the regulations, the demonetization bot, the suppression bot, and the changes to the partner program in general over the last 18 to 24 months, it's caused Philip DeFranco to re-evaluate how to continue the Philip DeFranco show. How should the show evolve when YouTube, one of the main sources of revenue for him and his team, is potentially at risk? Sure, he has a Patreon. Sure, you can go and hit him up on that, and he does amazing things on Patreon for the various tiers of subscriptions. I will link the video that I'm talking about in the description below, as well as a link to Philip DeFranco's Patreon as well. But yes, he mentions that there could be a sister algorithm at work. I'm calling it a suppression bot. It works in tandem with the demonetization bot, but there are differences between the two. The demonetization bot has set criteria where if you upload a video and it has something a bit edgy or controversial or touchy in it, whether it's talking about some conflict in the world, whether it's drama, whether it's a controversial subject or politics, then your video can get demonetized. That's what the demonetization bot does. It flags your video as inappropriate for advertisements and advertiser-friendly companies to use to put advertisements on. At which point, you as a YouTuber, you as a creator need to, you can either A, let the video be, or B, you could either A, leave the video as is in the demonetized state, or B, request a manual review of the video, at which point a human at YouTube's end will manually look through the video, check your tags, your metadata, your description, and make sure that it is advertiser friendly and that the bot hasn't wrongly flagged your video. 9 times out of 10, your video will have been wrongly flagged by the demonetization bot, and you would be able to reinstate the video for monetary value, for monetization. The sister algorithm, the suppression bot, works in the sense that there is a different set of criteria where if your video meets this criteria, it gets shared more easily across the platform. It ends up in people's recommended section. When you're watching a video, it ends up in their subscription feeds more often. It ends up in their watch next area or a YouTube watch page, and so on and so forth. If your video fails to meet the criteria that this suppression bot has, then it suppresses the availability of your video. Your video is not put into the recommended section as frequently as you would like. It's not put into the watch next area of a YouTube watch page as frequently as you would like. It's not put into people's subscription feeds as often as you would like, and it's not given it's given a lower priority in terms of search results when you're looking for it on YouTube itself when you're using the search bar. And this sister bot, this suppression bot, has been going around rampant. This is working. This is meant to be helping the demonetization bot learn a bit more to figure out what topics should the bot demonetize and which topics should not be shared and talked about. Because these two bots are running the majority of the website now, and there is very little human input from YouTube apart from feature development and implementation, social support via Google forums, YouTube forums, social media, and manual reviews of videos, as well as the odd video or two from YouTube themselves talking about how the notification system works and so on and so forth, or announcements about YouTube itself as a company. You get very limited, if any, human interaction. It's all done via bots. And here's where my perspective comes in. Let's say you're a Twitch streamer and you use a view bot. And you use a view bot to get views, to get more money from your live stream if you are partnered with Twitch. Excuse me. What happens when you use a bot? You get banned. You get there's repercussions for using a bot, and these repercussions are very negative. So why is YouTube, a company, using bots that, from what I've been seeing in the last 18 months, have not been learning, although YouTube says they have been? There's so many hours of video footage uploaded to YouTube every second. Not every minute, but every second. There are hours upon hours upon hours of video footage uploaded to the platform every second, and yet these bots are not learning from the looks of it. If they are learning, they are learning incredibly slowly, and it is ludicrous how many YouTubers have spoken up about how this has affected their lives personally, on a personal basis, on a basis where they can't pay their rent, they can't pay their mortgage on time, they can't pay their taxes, they can't cover insurances, they're having to possibly move out from the homes that they've set themselves up in into cheaper accommodation, flats and apartments, and they're having to make do with scraping the bottom of the barrel. For a lot of these YouTubers that are bigger than me, YouTube is their livelihood, it's their legacy, it is their income, it is their life. It's the one thing in life that they can do, that they are confident in, that they know they can make a good certain amount of money from, they can make a good appropriate amount of money from, that can get them through life, that can get them through day to day, knowing they can pay the bills, they can pay the insurances, they can pay the taxes, they can pay the mortgage, they can put food on the table, and they can sleep soundly at night knowing that they have money in the bank that they can have aside for when they want to go on vacation, for when family and friend emergencies happen, or if they have the odd rainy day or two. But a lot of big YouTubers are speaking out about how these bots are running rampant, and the fact of the matter is, YouTube is not listening. It does look like they're listening, but to be honest, it feels like they're not. It's like talking to a brick wall. And I feel hypocritical when... I know I'm hypocritical when I say this, because I have acted like that my fair share over the years. And I feel like a bit of a dumbass whenever I've done it. And I look back and I realise I've done it at this point, or with this person at this time for this reason. I feel like a dumbass when I look back at it. And I know there's times where I still do it, but I'm doing what I can. I physically do what I can to change as a person, to evolve to be a better person. These bots, the demonetization and suppression bots, I don't see any evolvement. I don't see any evolution. I don't see any maturing. I don't see any progress being made. I don't see any learning happening with these two bots. They're either learning at a infinitesimally small, short pace. They're learning at an infinitesimally short pace, or they are not learning at all. And for me, because of the lack of input from YouTube, I am assuming the latter. I'm assuming the latter, that these bots are not learning, because that's what I'm feeling. It's not affecting me as such, but it's affecting the large YouTubers in the community, such as Philip DeFranco, to the point where he's actually come out to announce he may actually be leaving the platform. The Philip DeFranco show may be moving off platform. It may be coming off of YouTube, and it's absolutely, if in all honesty, it's heartbreaking. Philip DeFranco's been with the platform for over a decade. He is, as I said at the beginning of this video, he has seen this platform grow, evolve, mature to what it is today. And to see that it's changed in just the last 2 years maximum, and that it's hurting him so bad, it's painful. It really is. And I really hope YouTube can get their head out of the sand and listen to their creators, especially the big ones like Philip DeFranco, H3H3, so on and so forth, about these problems. If they're not going to listen to the smaller ones, at least listen to the big ones, the ones that have brought the hundreds of millions of users to the platform. Just listen. And when you're going to bring in new bots, when you're going to introduce new bots that are going to do something on the website, when you're going to introduce new regulations for the website, be more vocal. Don't just do it in an instant. Don't just introduce a bot and not announce it. Just don't. You don't do that. This is a two-way street. Otherwise, we as creators are just going to turn around and leave the platform. We'll go to Vimeo or Dailymotion. We'll go to platforms that can support us in the right way, that can support us with the right tools, that can support us in the right manner. It's either that or he's actually managed to keep some people here on the platform. I have, Christ, I've ran out of steam now. Yeah, that's my message to YouTube. They need to get their head out of the sand to listen to the larger YouTubers. Otherwise, the platform is going to be the next MySpace. Hell, it might become the next damn Bebo. Y'all remember Bebo? There's very few people that still do. But yeah, I don't know what I'm going to talk about next week. If there's any news that does appeal to me, sure, I'll give up some of my time to chat about it. If not, I don't know what I'll do. I'll think of something on the spot, as I usually do. If you like the video, please leave a like below. If you want to chat, feel free to comment. If you love all my content, hit the subscribe button. If you really want to keep up to date with all my uploads, whether it be vlogging, whether it be the weekly ramble, whether it be the night core, hit the bell icon and make sure you're clicking on all notifications to ensure that you get notified of every video I upload. But until then, peace!